PFAS continues to be a growing environmental and health concern for a lot of Mainers.
The forever chemicals are easily spread through the environment. They're very difficult to remove, but several businesses and organizations are researching ways to clean up contaminated sites. News Center Maine's Drew Peters visited a farmer in Machias to learn about a crop he says can help in the cleanup process.
These all look quite different because each pot is an experiment.
Machias farmer Ben Edwards makes a variety of goods with the hemp he grows.
From softs to edibles, topicals, dog treats.
But there's one thing he's using the plant for that could help address a growing environmental hazard in Maine: PFAS. The forever chemicals pose several health risks and have contaminated hundreds of acres of land due to the spread of PFAS-contaminated waste. But Edwards says hemp can help remove these chemicals from soil.
Basically, if you have chemicals or heavy metals or anything in the soil, hemp is relatively effective at pulling it up.
Not all plants are equal though, which is why he's monitoring groups of them in contaminated soil with different growing variables to see which one grows the fastest and absorbs the most PFAS.
Adjust the pH, adjust the genetics of the plant, adjust what of the plant we harvest, whether we harvest the roots and the stalks or just the stalk.
Nonprofit Upland Grassroots is also working on PFAS remediation through hemp with the Micmac Nation and say they've seen some success cleaning up chemicals at the contaminated Loring Air Force Base.
Hemp is so easy to grow, and it's such a hardy plant.
The group's main focus now is partnering with scientists around the country to figure out ways to safely dispose of the PFAS-contaminated hemp in ways that could also produce something beneficial, like burning it into biofuel.
If farmers knew that it could be, you could then sell it or make money from doing this cleaning, I think it would make it much more attractive to people to do over the long term.
Despite the successes so far, though, both scientists and farmers say there's a lot more research that needs to be done to make hemp effective enough to use on a larger scale.
It may not be sufficient, and some of the early research suggests that, again, it would take years and years and years of growing in order to remove, sufficient PFAS.
Edwards says he'll be testing out some of his hemp in the next couple months by growing it at a contaminated PFAS site at the Machias Airport. In Machias, Drew Peters, News Center, Maine.
And officials with Upland Grassroots say they will continue their PFAS remediation efforts with the help of a research grant from the EPA.